All right, a college kid trying to fact check Charlie Kirk, but it was very embarrassing. But nevertheless, let's get down to the video and check this out.
You want one? Yeah, okay. We'll throw some more. Disagreements are welcome. If not, we'll keep it up. Just please tilt the mic up because you're taller than our usual question.
So what I want to know, of course. So Trump, when he was in office, had at a certain point he had control of both the Senate and the House, and yet there are many, many issues that are still going on.
Well, so you bring up a pretty good point and then a not good point. So let me give you the pretty good point. You're right. Trump should have done more with a unified House and the Senate. So Donald Trump did actually fix the border, and he did it without the U.S. Senate or House. He did it through executive orders and through executive direction. The border, when Donald Trump was president, had the lowest ever recorded border crossings into our country on the southern border. Under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, it's the highest ever, right? And so...
So why did he veto the border bill then?
Okay, well, first of all...
he used his political power to...
Fair enough. How much do you know about the border bill?
So the border bill was endorsed by the Border Patrol agents, right?
First of all, that's not correct.
That is correct.
No, they came out and they said they totally denounced it.
Not Harris. They didn't endorse Harris. They endorsed the bill.
No, you can look at Brandon Judd's statement. He said that's one of the greatest misinformation lies. But let's talk about what actually it is. That bill...
I can pull it up.
Yeah, type in Brandon Judd, border bill.
I'm going to type in the Border Patrol endorsement of the bill.
Well, no, Brandon Judd is the one you should look at, okay? So anyway, what some union says or doesn't say is besides the point. So... But let me ask you this. For getting the Border Patrol's endorsement or not, mass amnesty was in the bill. It would have given amnesty to 10
Border
million...
Patrol union-backed Senate immigration bill despite
Yes.
House GOP.
Yes. What did Brandon Judd say about that?
So the National Border Patrol Council...
Right, but that's not the Border Patrol union. Those are two different things, right?
They still have their endorsement. And again, you
Yes,
can't say they're Kamala's...
hold on a second. They retracted
they
it
didn't
soon
endorse
after.
Kamala.
Just to be clear, though, it would have given amnesty to 10 million people in this country. Do you think that's a good idea?
Potentially, if they're working in this country.
You would give amnesty...
The majority of illegal immigration, 75% of illegal immigration is overstaying visas.
These are 10 million people that came... We're not even talking about the overstay visas. We're talking about people that came across the border. 10 million of them. Uninvited. What would you do with them? Give them jobs?
If there's room for them to work.
Oh, this is a super important moral distinction, though. And that's fine. We have clarity, not agreement. You think the people in this audience should have to compete against foreigners for jobs. I think that you have a moral obligation to your own citizens to give them jobs before the people...
So
you say
now,
not? Okay.
We don't have to worry that you're making a dilemma that doesn't exist. There are more jobs right now in this nation than there was under Trump.
Hold on a second. First of all, not well-paying jobs, and they're not keeping up. Why do you think that wages aren't keeping up with inflation? Wages aren't keeping up with inflation because people in this audience have to compete against people that have come across the border. But let's just talk about the morals of it. Just the moral. So you would give amnesty for people that are and newcomers that just come in and cut in line.
I want to talk about the practical here, Charlie.
No, the border bill gave them amnesty. It is practical.
So
that's why Trump torpedoed
here
it.
is if they can help our nation, then we should let them.
Just let me ask you a moral question, because we can go back and forth. Do you think it should be a
Again, Charlie, I'm not here to talk your talk. I'm here to talk the practical, which is
no. I am practical.
And they can work. No, we're not talking about moral here.
The only discussion is the moral. Do you think it should be illegal to come into the country?
That's not what you led with the moral. That's not what I led with. We're not moving this conversation.
No, we're going back to the border bill. Actually, no, I'm not strongmanning it. The border bill said
it's straw man, not strongman.
I got it. The border bill did what for an amnesty? It would have given amnesty to 10 million illegal aliens. Yes. Okay.
Again, we're.
So you asked. You said, why did Trump torpedo it? Because Trump cares about Americans more than foreigners. That's why. Okay.
Why did the GOP endorse it?
The GOP did not endorse it.
Bipartisan bill.
Hold on a second. Senator Langford, who is a traitor to this country, endorsed it. Yeah.
Multiple GOP senators.
Okay. If you're trying to convince me that a bunch of rhinos, got behind a bunch of border bill, we're going to talk past each other. Read the bill. I do not think D.C. or Washington, D.C. should pass a bill that says if you come into a country, you're given amnesty. And you disagree. I don't. By the way, if they're doing jobs, more the reason to kick them out, because those should be jobs given to Americans.
But the job market is higher now than it has ever been. The stock market is higher now than it has
ever
been.
Let's hold on. Do you guys think the economy is better or worse?
We're not.
You are living on a cloud, man. Listen to the people of this country. They can't afford things. The job market is awful. The economy is terrible. Stop reading the New York Times and start talking to American voters.
Yeah.
And you understand how insane you sound? The economy is better. People are telling you they can't afford stuff.
Yeah, inflation is high now because Trump spent more than any president on the debt in 4-year period.
So wait, it's Trump's fault that inflation is high 4 years later.
As you would come to realize, I'd hope in your role that economies are reactionary forces. It takes time for things to be implemented.
Got it. So nothing is Biden's fault. Everything is Trump's fault.
We'll see Biden's impact largely in the next 3 or 4 years.
It really is remarkable, the power of propaganda. It's fine. Do you think that Kamala Harris and Biden are successful?
It depends on what metric. But economy-wise...
No, I actually do agree. They are a huge success in destroying the country. I totally agree.
So if you look at economists, right, some of the nations, actually many of the nation's leading economists have endorsed Kamala Harris for presidency because they say that Trump will ruin the economy.
Then why didn't he ruin it the first time?
He did.
Trump ruined the economy?
Again, it's reactionary forces. What Trump did is he handled...
So let me just ask one final thing. What is Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment?
Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment? I think it depends on who you ask, but I would say...
You.
Yeah, I would say it was cutting child poverty in half.
She did that?
The Biden administration, her and Biden did that, yes. And that was...
How did she do that?
So the child tax credit, basically from COVID...
Oh, you mean the one from the Trump tax cut?
It's not from the Trump tax cut.
Yeah, it is actually.
No.
Yeah, it's actually from the tax cut from December of 2017. The one that Kamala Harris is running against is the one that you're touting right now.
No, it's not the case at all,
let me just,
you can lie.
No, I mean, you're just totally wrong.
I encourage everyone to look up the child tax credit right now on your phones.
Yeah, the child tax credit was part of the Trump tax cut.
And look on what bill it was passed. Look what year it was passed.
It was during it was 2017, literally. Donald Trump expanded the child tax cut credit in 2017. Final question. Do you think that Kamala Harris would do a better job the next 4 years than Donald Trump? If so, why? To make the case. I'm curious.
Okay, so I would agree that Harris would do a much better job than Trump for a variety of reasons. Again, if you look at our current track record, we're coming out of the COVID and the Trump policy. We have the most amount of jobs. We have the highest paying stock market. We have child poverty that's cut in half. We have the most, the tax credit. So we have multiple reasons. And then if you look at the case against Trump, you'll see that multiple economists have said that Trump will ruin the economy, right, including Nobel Prize winners.
No, it's just... This is actually really instructive. And thank you for embodying it so perfectly, which is that, like, everyday people are no longer buying the rubbish, that everything's fine, everything's great. Young people can't afford homes.
Right, because... If you here in Montana specifically,
no, every state has seen housing prices go up, but not just that. It's that energy prices are up. It is harder than ever to be able to have a family. We have a fertility crisis.
Let's take Montana for example. Northwestern energy prices are going up under a Republican board of commissioners, despite having a budget surplus this year of over $2 billion.
I don't know about that. I'm sure somebody else can comment on that. But going back to the macro trends across the country. Donald Trump, when he was president, lower income earners saw their incomes go up the most. Young people were flourishing, lowest ever black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment, Asian American unemployment. We saw an economic renaissance and a miracle. But here's the point. Here's actually the kicker. Here's how I know I'm right. Is that when American people are asked outside of the economists, 70% of people think the Trump economy is better than actually what's happening now. So you're living on an island.
If you look at
so are people wrong? No. Hold on.
Look at real
Answer the question.
Compared to inflation. I encourage everyone
are these
to look
people
this up.
wrong?
Statistica, great source.
Are these
real wage growth compared to inflation is higher under the Biden administration?
Are 70% of the people here or the country wrong when they say Trump was better at the economy?
Again, look it up. I encourage everyone.
Statistica.com.
Growth to inflation.
Are these people wrong when they say that the economy was better under Trump?
Montana is distinct from the nation itself.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. We have the highest housing increases out of any compared to wage under Gianforte. So we compared to average wage growth or average wages, it costs It takes more to buy a house here in Montana than anywhere else in the nation. That includes California. That includes
No,
New
it's
York.
fine. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. And it's just, this is the divide, is that 70% of the country is saying I'm suffering and I'm struggling.
So
And
then you said, look
let
around
me-
us.
let
These
me-
are Montanans. Let's talk about Montana.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. They vehemently think you're totally on an island here. And let me just say, though, that this is what's happening in the country. 70% of the country is saying, please help us. We can't afford stuff. And a small oligarchy is saying, you're dumb. Listen to the Nobel Prize winner.
Well, that's very interesting while listening to Charlie Kirk and this very college kid. Of course, when he came and then he started his debate, I thought that he has something, you understand, to really debate about. But at the end of the day, he was just talking about things that when you look at them and then you got to realize that they are just untrue. And then that's why he come up, you understand, with the border bill and then trying to accuse the president, Trump, and then some of the things, you understand, that he do while going against the Senate, and then therefore using, you understand, his power, his executive, you understand, order, you understand, in the border, and then some of these things. After, you understand, listening to the border bill, and then he says that one of the reasons why inflation, you understand, and the economy is not doing well is as the result of some of the policy that President Donald J. Trump, you understand, implemented. It was just very funny. Should we talk about, you understand, the tax cut? When you go through some of these things, I got to realize that what he was wrong. He was just there. I was expecting him, you understand, to do something better, but he could not, you understand, fact check, you understand, Charlie Kirk, because whatever, you understand, he was saying, you understand, they were not just true. They were just, you understand, propaganda against President Donald J. Trump. And those are some of the things that some of the left, you understand, we are planning against the president. We just thank God that at least, you understand, we came out, you understand, victoriously. Because I don't understand why, you understand, somebody should be thinking about giving out, you understand, 10 million, you understand, amnesty to people, you understand, who border crossed, you understand, into the country. Then at the end of the day, if we keep on, you understand, doing that, at the end of the day, end up, you understand, exposing the American people. And then that's why people don't feel safe, you understand, in their homes. And then that's why he hate, you understand, even before the election, when Trump was talking about, you understand, people complaining about their cat and dogs, you understand, got eaten by foreigners. You see, so maybe probably where they are coming from, probably did not see it, you understand, as anything. But then when it comes, you understand, to the America, of course, you understand, cats could be special, you understand, to people. You understand? So why should somebody, you understand, see them, you understand, as food? Probably other people may not be seeing it, you understand, as that. And of course, we all know that a lot of people, you understand, use them as pet. So now, you saying that, you understand, giving amnesty to them, you know, I was just feeling sorry, you understand, for this college kid. But then that's the issue, and then that's how some of them, you understand, really think. And then that's why Charlie has been saying that what college, what is a scam, because look at some of the things, you understand, he tried to debate about or to talk about, you understand, this current, you understand, administration. When I'm talking about Kamala and then Joe Biden, when he was still asking that, okay, what are their accomplishments? Of course, if you look at it, you understand, critically, he was ending up, you understand, mentioning some of the policy they were all implemented by President Donald J. Trump in 2017. So at the end of the day, what did they do? And they're now trying to blame the economy on President Donald J. Trump, on something that what he did not do. Because I do not understand why somebody should be blaming, you understand, whatever that happened, you understand, 4 years ago on this current administration. It just shows that what they do not have anything, you understand, good for the American people. And then that is the reason why you see some of the world leaders, you understand, actually endorse, you understand, Kamala. Why do you think, you understand, they endorse her? Because they feel that what they can be able to what, to manipulate her. But of course, you can't do the same thing, you understand, when it comes to President Donald J. Trump. Of course, we all know that, you understand, he is someone, you understand, who loves America. America comes first before any other person, and then he is what, to make the country what, great. But of course, we just thank God, you understand, for the victory. Of course, January is coming very soon, and then some of those things, you understand, will come to an end. Of course, we should be expecting, you understand, good policy, good foreign policy, even for the economy, to secure the border. And of course, if you look at, you understand, some of the appointment that has been made, you understand, so far, should we talk about, you understand, Tom? Of course, we all know that, you understand, Tom Homan, you understand, will do absolutely very well. Tulsi is there, Vivek is there, Elon is there, and then a lot of them, or Susie, of course. Looking at some of the people that were working, you understand, with the president, it shows that what, there is hope for the American people. Of course, I know that a lot of you have their own opinion concerning this, and I want you to drop it at the comment section, and may God bless you as you do so. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, should like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and I'm going to check it out. So you remain blessed, and I see you in my next video. Goodbye.